$5, 25 versus $2, 25, same mug, same day. The only difference was 5 minutes of ownership. You have things in your home that you haven't used in years. Some of them, if you saw them in a shop today, you wouldn't buy for the price you'd need to sell them at. The value you've placed on them is not the market value. It's the ownership value. And those two numbers are not the same. This isn't sentimentality exactly. It's a bias, documented, measurable, and operating constantly in every decision about selling, giving away, or upgrading anything you own. And once you understand how it works, a significant portion of why leaving things is so hard, objects, jobs, relationships, suddenly makes a different kind of sense. The endowment effect is the cognitive bias whereby people ascribe more value to things merely because they own them. The effect was identified by Richard Thaler in 1980 and formally studied by Kahneman, Netsch, and Thaler in a series of experiments in 1990. The core mechanism is loss aversion. Because losing something you own feels worse than gaining something equivalent, the threshold price for selling something you own is systematically higher than the threshold price for buying the same item. Owners and buyers don't value the same object equally, and the difference is created purely by the ownership relationship. In Kahneman, Netsch, and Thaler's most famous demonstration, participants were randomly divided into two groups. One group, the sellers, were given a coffee mug and told they owned it. They were then asked, "What's the minimum price you'd accept to sell this mug?" The other group, the buyers, were shown the same mug and asked, "What's the maximum price you'd pay to buy this mug?" The seller's median price, $5, 25. The buyer's median price, $2, 25. The same mug. Sellers demanded more than twice what buyers were willing to pay, not because of any difference in the mug, but because the sellers owned it and ownership had immediately inflated its value in their minds. Crucially, the sellers had owned the mug for only a few minutes before being asked. 5 minutes of ownership was enough for the bias to fully operate. The endowment effect operates across every domain where ownership is involved. In real estate, homeowners systematically overprice their properties relative to market value, especially in declining markets. They've lived in the house. It's theirs. The price they need to receive to sell it reflects their subjective attachment, not the objective market. This produces delayed sales and wasted time on both sides. In investing, people hold stocks they already own longer than they should and are less willing to sell positions that have declined. Both because the loss aversion of selling a loser is compounded by the endowment effect making the position feel more valuable than it is. In decluttering, you've kept things you haven't used in years because getting rid of them feels like losing something. The item's objective utility is zero to your life, but its subjective value to you, as something you own, is not. In product trials, the genius of free trials is the endowment effect. Once you've used something for a month, once it's yours, even temporarily, the psychological barrier to canceling is dramatically higher than it would have been for a product you'd never tried. The subscription hasn't changed. You've developed an ownership relationship. The practical counter is to deliberately take the buyer's perspective when evaluating your own possessions. Instead of asking, "What would I need to receive for this?" Ask, "If I didn't own this and saw it for sale today, what would I pay for it?" The gap between those numbers is approximately the magnitude of your endowment effect on that item. For decluttering, the question, "Would I buy this today if I didn't own it?" is more decisive than "Do I want to get rid of this?" The latter activates loss aversion. The former activates a more neutral evaluation. For investments and professional decisions, separate "I own this" from "Is this a good asset?" Ask what you would recommend to someone else in your exact position who didn't own what you own. Their optimal recommendation is closer to the objective answer than yours is likely to be. Ownership is real. The feelings that come with it are real. But the inflated value your brain assigns to owned objects is a systematic overestimate, one that makes you hold on longer than you should, price things higher than the market will accept, and resist change that would objectively serve you. Knowing this won't eliminate the feeling, but it gives you a specific question to ask before letting the endowment do your thinking. Is this actually worth what I feel like it's worth, or is this what ownership does? Drop a comment. What's something you own that you'd never pay what you'd need to sell it for? No judgment. And subscribe. New psychology breakdown every week.